Welcome back to Keeneland Close Up. As many of you know, several scenes from the upcoming movie Secretariat were shot right here at Keeneland. And recently we had a chance to sit down with Keith Austin, a real-life jockey who was here on the grounds for some of the filming, and he talks about, well, playing a jockey and being in the movie Secretariat. Welcome back to Keeneland Close Up. Of course, Keeneland, with all of its beauty, has been the backdrop for movies in the past, most recently Seabiscuit, and coming soon to a theater near you will be Secretariat. Keith Austin joins us now. He is going to be prominent in the movie, playing the role of the great Lafitte Pincay Jr. And Keith, welcome in. And first off, I got to ask you, you're a jockey by trade.
Yes, sir.
So how do you become an actor now, playing one of the great jockeys of all time?
I was riding at Ellis Park, riding 6-7 a day, and I got a phone call about an audition. I went down, auditioned for the movie, and you see me sitting here now.
Wow, what's this going to be like playing Lafitte? I'm guessing somewhere along the line in your jockey career, you've met Lafitte Pincay.
Yes, I have. I met Lafitte Pincay on a few occasions. I talked to him as I was getting ready to do the movie, just to get a little feel of, you know, who he was outside the box of horse racing. He's incredible. I mean, I can't imitate him or be like him. I mean, he's a legend in our sport, and I'm just an actor playing him in a movie that Walt Disney put together.
Have you done any acting prior to this?
No, I did not.
So what's this whole acting experience been like?
Amazing. Walt Disney treated me with so much respect, and the family of the industry just embraced me, and I'm honored to be in it.
Can you remember, because you're a young guy, do you remember much about Secretariat and about Sham and that what looked like a budding rivalry, certainly after the Derby, and then you know, the greatness of Secretariat from there on?
You hear about the legend. Secretariat is an amazing horse. I mean, in horse racing, we've had great horses, but to be a legend, to be an icon, that's Secretariat. Michael Jordan in basketball, Babe Ruth in baseball. Growing up, you hear about Secretariat. I never got to see him, never got to see him run, but I've always heard about the rivalry. I've always heard how he won the Belmont, but I never paid that much attention because he was out of my frame. You know, growing up, I just didn't pay attention to Secretariat, but I knew of him.
What did Lafitte tell you about the whole Secretariat and Sham thing? Did you get anything from him or any other trainer or jockey who was there when it was all unfolding?
It was a rivalry. You know, Secretariat became Secretariat running against Sham, and to make the contenders so uplifting is they both were able to run against each other. But, you know, they say that Sham was amazing and extraordinary, but he just never was able to beat Secretariat, so that put him in the second slot. So, you know, we only know Sham because of Secretariat. We would have always knew Secretariat because Secretariat was Secretariat at that year.
You always wonder, don't you, about, with any of us, I think, in our careers or life, you know, what one break would have been. Sham come a year early, a year later. Maybe we would have been talking about him being one of the greats, and some think he just had a broken heart by the time he got to the Belmont and Secretariat dominated it.
He had to run strong against, you know, Secretariat got better. I think earlier in the career of Sham, he was the better horse. He was in California, he won the Santa Anita Derby, and then he was shipped from California to New York to face Secretariat in the Wood Memorial. He ended up beating him that day. But the toll that it took on him to run in California, then to ship to New York, and then to go to Kentucky, no horses do that today. We never have a horse that runs in the Santa Anita Derby shipped to New York to run in the Wood Memorial. It's unheard of. Who does that? But this particular horse had to do that, and then the toll of him running against a fresher horse, Secretariat. You know, Secretariat stayed in New York and then got to go to Kentucky, and then it just took a toll and just killed the little guy.
Keith, what's this been like? I mean, there's some heavyweights in this movie. Diane Lane, there's some big stars in this movie. How have they, have you had much interaction with them during the taping of this here?
I met Diane Lane. John Malkovich is incredible. They're just normal people, normal everyday people, and I'm going to have to go.
You got to go catch that,
yes.
Keith. Thank you. That's the movie business. Keith Austin is in it playing Lafitte Pincay. The movie is Secretariat. How busy is he? His phone's ringing. He's got to get back to work. Secretariat coming to a theater near you soon. Last weekend, Hollywood glitz and glamour came to downtown Lexington for the premiere of Secretariat. and LEX 18's Jeff Allen was on the red carpet, maybe the big red carpet, for the big event.
Secretariat's spectacular run to the Triple Crown in 1973 captivated people across Kentucky and across the world. The movie, which hit theaters on Friday, is doing it all over again.
It's a lovely tradition, and I'm grateful to be a part of something that has so much pride attached to it.
Diane Lane portrays Penny Chenery, a housewife that takes over her alien father's stable and eventually becomes the owner of Secretariat.
Horse racing is unforgiving for housewives.
It's like every other multi-million-dollar gamble we housewives make every day.
Against all odds, Chenery, with her trainer Lucian Lauren, played by John Malkovich, proves her doubters wrong.
I adore her, so for me it's just a joy to bring her to the screen, because the more I've gotten to know her, the more honored I am.
The 88-year-old Chenery was there for the screening at the Kentucky Theater. Everyone lucky enough to be there were wowed by Disney's newest movie.
It was fabulous, absolutely fabulous story about a wonderful horse and a tremendous trainer.
And it only seemed fitting that the premiere of a film about one of Kentucky's most cherished stories debuted right where it all began.
Well, it makes total sense to me, and I think it's appropriate, and I'm grateful that everybody's as excited as we are for the film and to receive us. It feels very heartwarming.
For Keeneland Close Up, I'm Jeff Allen.
Thanks, Jeff. Now to a new segment here on Keeneland Close Up, where we tell you a few things about some of Keeneland's favorite jockeys that you did not know. Now, here's our Jockey Close Up.
So we have as our guest this morning Kent DeSormo, and fans that have been coming to Keeneland for years and years know Kent as a great athlete and a wonderful horseman and a very sophisticated and savvy jockey. But he's also a wonderful human being and a nice person, and he has a life when he's not racing here, and we thought that might be fun to talk a little bit about that.
Well, first of all, I'm obviously thrilled to be back at the center of the thoroughbred industry in Lexington and joining the races here at Keeneland. But if I'm not working, I guess I'm usually out trying to find a new favorite restaurant, or if not doing that, hunting down my new favorite wine. I do enjoy wine shopping as well, and then there's maybe playing a little basketball.
Do you like to cook, or what food do you like to have with it? I know food's a big thing with Jockey. Yeah.
You talking about giving the girlfriend a night off from cooking? Yeah, she has to remind me to flip the steak. I do. I think my favorite food in the world is a steak off the barbecue. That's some good stuff.
Do you have an iPod?
With thousands of songs,
do you?
No doubt.
What's
no
on
doubt.
it?
Everything. Everything from. My kids make fun of me because it goes from country to rap to dance and Christmas songs. So you gotta know which file to look into before you'll be listening to music, and the next thing that comes on is Frosty the Snowman.
This is fall's football season as well. Do you follow any of the college or pro football teams?
Well, this Cajun kid is going to have to watch the Saints. I mean, I am definitely a Saints fan, being from Louisiana. And if it comes down to college, it's LSU, and my girlfriend's from Ohio. So we watch those two teams, Ohio State, LSU, and try to catch Saints games.
That's pretty good. If you were to tell our fans something that they'll never know about Kent, that some talent that you have that you're good at that they'll never know, you want to, just between us, you want to share a secret? UK
ought to like this answer. You would not believe, but I wanted to be a basketball player before I became a jockey. And loved the game, played it all the time, and I don't think this area has that much more than we did. And where I'm from, we either were playing basketball or riding horses. So this is my town, my kind of town.
Do you have any pets?
I don't. My pets are the ponies. So we have horses, and I take care of them. I have some race horses that are in foal and some mares that are in foal, and so those are my pets.
But one of the great things about racing is that the season's always in those places when it's the right time to be there for the year.
It was time. It's just starting to get chilly in New York, and we moved down here, to the midsection of the United States, and it's just perfect weather right now. It's crisp. It's invigorating weather. Yeah. And then once it starts getting a little chilly here, we'll end up in Florida. So it's a good time.
Good deal. Well, Kent, thanks for being with us this
You're
morning,
very
and good luck in the meet.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.